Welcome back, my friends. Thanks for tuning in. If you would, please remember to like and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch these videos. As I've said many times, it's helping me build the channel. Gold today is getting near new all-time highs again. As of the time I'm making this video, it's at $2,779. It's up $25 on the day. And silver is up, but dragging as usual, $30.74 per ounce. And at some point with silver, I believe that it's going to break out. And then I will be inundated with new buyers again, with people with the FOMO, fear of missing out. They'll be rushing in the door here to try and, buy up all my silver. For some reason, psychologically, that's how it works. But, we'll see. I think it's going to happen sooner or later. Gold is very strong. And, like in my last video, I said that wasn't sure what was going on. But, I saw an interesting little tidbit. I'm going to post it up on the screen here. And I think they might be right. The message gold is sending around the world right now: I don't trust you. And that may be very well the reason why gold has been so strong. There's just uncertainty and distrust. I think it may be deeper, but this may be a big part of it. Just this debt. And the topic of this video is not necessarily about this, but, I want to bring it up. Hey, we're all watching. You guys are watching these types of channels, and I'm watching these types of channels because I'm interested in precious metals and gold and silver. So anything like this is just, something to talk about. And if you have any comments about it, please leave them in the comments below. Why do you think that gold has been so strong? I would like to hear your opinions on it. But the main topic of this video is a very sensitive one that I have talked about, and I've had it happen to me, and it's been on my channel, and it's been on a lot of other silver and gold stacking channels, and that is the issue with these banks. Specifically, debanking customers. And I'm hoping we are about to get some relief from this, because what has been going on, not only in my industry here, but other industries, the pew-pew type of industries, and not even just for the business owners, it's for just regular people, being debanked by these stupid banks, for probably, even though it may be hard for them to prove at this point, but probably for political reasons, which is obviously very wrong. And one of these banks is in the news right now, and they're taking a lot of heat. And I guess they've been, pretty bad with this stuff with debanking people, and that's Bank of America. The new president even came out and called out, I think, the CEO. I'm going to post that on the screen right now. You can listen to it.
And by the way, speaking of you, and you've done a fantastic job, but I hope you start opening your bank to conservatives, because many conservatives complain that the banks are not allowing them to do business within the bank, and that included a place called Bank of America. They don't take conservative business. And I don't know if the regulators mandated that because of Biden or what, but you and Jamie and everybody, I hope you're going to open your banks to conservatives, because what you're doing is wrong.
Mr. President, I'll say that your friend Gianni said hello, told me to tell you hello, and we look forward to sponsoring the World Cup when it comes, both this summer for the club and next year. So thank you for getting that for the United States.
So there you have it. I love how they tried to change the subject at the end of the video. That was pretty entertaining, to say the least. They just didn't want to talk about it. But I want to show you another clip. I think this one's a little bit older. It was from Representative Thomas Massey, and I think this had to do with the pew-pews and then, tracking down credit card transactions and stuff like that, invading your privacy, so to speak. And watch this little clip and tell me what you think.
The retired FBI supervisory intelligence analyst, George Hill, who gave us that testimony. And what he said there is that Bank of America compiled a list of everybody who used a credit card or a debit card between January 5th and January 7th inside of Washington, D.C., and gave that to the FBI. But before they did, they looked at anybody who had ever purchased a firearm, according to their records, and elevated those people to the top of the list. And they didn't geofence it to Washington, D.C. You could have, as Mr. Hill testified, you could have bought a gun in 1999 in Iowa.
So do you remember that when that was going on? I remember it, fairly clearly. It seems like they were targeting anybody who was, or monitoring anybody who was going out and buying pew-pews. You know what I'm talking about. And I guess passing on that information, which is probably illegal, I would say, and a massive invasion of privacy upon the citizens. And these things are just some of the things these banks have been doing, some of them. As you know, I'm not a fan of banks because of especially what they did to me. A couple years ago, well, a year and a half ago, I got letters in the mail and they decided to close all my banks, my bank accounts, my business accounts, my personal accounts, my children's business, my children's accounts, my wife's accounts. They wouldn't give me an explanation. They just sent a letter and, that they're closing it. They won't give you a reason and you have no recourse. There's nothing you can do about it. You just got to suck it up and move on and get your money out of there. And it's a royal pain in the butt to do that. Trust me, I went through it. It's terrible. And it's not a fun situation to be in. And it's not just me. There was other channels that came on after I came out and exposed what happened to me. There were other channels that came out and they said the same thing. And it's been going on for a long time with precious metal dealers, coin shops, stuff like that. This is not a new thing. I had spoken to another large coin shop, a friend of mine that I know, and he had like 4 or 5 accounts closed, even though, everybody I deal with, almost all these bigger coin shops especially, they're really, really good at following the rules and following the law, and we're very aware of all the laws and everything pertaining to it, and to have all our ducks in order. But yet they decide they like to get rid of us. And I don't think it's necessarily all the bank's fault. I think, this is coming from the feds and they put a lot of pressure. There's a lot of rules on banks. And, the banks are probably fearful of getting fined or whatever if they don't follow the rules or whatever. But hopefully some changes are coming with that, because that has been a big issue. And if this has ever happened to you, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. I know there's some of you out there who are watching this video, for sure it's happened to you. And I think most of the time when they just close these accounts, these banks just decide that it's not worth the risk for whatever they deemed too much risk, and they, for whatever reason, they just close the accounts. They just don't want to deal with it. I'm not saying it's right, and most of these cases, I don't think anybody's doing anything wrong, but this has been going on for a long time. Look up Operation Choke Point if you want to get into it real deep. But a lot of stuff's been happening, and it's frustrating. I hear this all the time from customers when they walk into a bank and they want to take out some money. Maybe they're going in there, they want to take out 4, 5, 6 grand because they're buying their kid a car, a used car for college or something, and the bank has to ask them all sorts of questions. And they are supposed to do that because it's a part of the Know Your Customer Act. So personally, I don't think it's any of their business. I'm sure 99.9% of you that this has happened to, your money was obtained in your bank account legitimately, and you pay your taxes, you're a law-abiding person, law-abiding citizen, and it's a little bit insulting when you walk in and the bank wants to know exactly what you're doing with your money. I think a lot of this, with these regulations that they put on these banks, I think they've overdone it, especially for, few $1,000s. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's an invasion of privacy. I don't think it's their business. I don't think it's necessarily any kind of red flag if somebody, walks in and takes out a few bucks. Let's be honest. What's 4,000 or 5,000 nowadays? That's not really even much money. That's nothing nowadays. I think they need to raise these thresholds on reporting requirements for things like that, and we'll see what happens. But hopefully, with a lot of this stuff being exposed now, we'll get some relief in this business, in the Pew Pew business, and multiple other businesses. And I do believe a lot of these businesses have been targets, and we need to get some relief. And that includes people that are non-business owners. So just let me know in the comments what you think. It's interesting hearing other stories, not just my story. I want to hear what has happened to some of you other people. And do you think things are going to change now with a new administration? Are they going to do something about this? Because we're supposed to be a free nation and a free country here. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't feel that free anymore. Hence why a lot of you are buying silver and gold, right? So until the next video, guys, do me a favor, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys.